107.5 WBLS, your number one source for R&B.
It's nice to have the lady from Mobwise, Miss Renee Graziano.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming by tonight.
Thank you for letting me hear this voice so up close and personal. My friends are jealous.
I didn't know that you listened and paid attention to little old me. But thank you. So I am honored. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, I pay attention.
Appreciate it. So
yes.
You like to get that romance in, huh?
Oh, are you kidding me?
Okay.
For real, for real.
Well, Renee has
you read anything about that book, you know I do.
Well, you know what? She is the author of a brand new book, and the book is called Playing with Fire. And this is definitely we could say it's a thriller. It's fiction,
mob thriller.
Right?
It's an erotic mob thriller.
I like the first word.
So do I.
Right.
Loosely based on me.
Loosely.
Loosely.
Because the young lady in this book has a loosely based, somewhat similar name to you.
Yeah, we just. Okay, so yes, we took. Her name is Rain. It originally started out as Reign Supreme. So Reign Supreme developed when I was about 18 years old. And that was sort of my...
Alter ego?
Yes, my alter ego. And
You're not a Gemini, are you?
No, I'm a Cancer.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a hot mess. Cancer. And as we were writing, I couldn't think of a last name for her. I had a really hard time with the last name. I just wanted it to be Reign Supreme. But we couldn't. We needed something. So my sister and I were talking, and she was like, well... this sounds just like you. Why don't we do Grazie? And I'm like, we're going to give it away. She's like, I don't think that, the black hair, green eyes, I think that gave it away. So we took the A-N-O of Graziano, and you got Grazie, which means thank you, by the way, in Italian.
And she is hooked up with a guy by the name of Nick Fratelli, right?
Yes, Nick Fratelli.
Now, Nick Fratelli, it starts off, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to give it all away, but it starts off where he's really come out to hit you in a mob kind of way.
Yes. He is hired to murder me.
Right. But we don't know.
Not me, her.
Right. No, not you, exactly. But we don't know where this story is going to take us because it could be a setup for him at the end of the day.
Correct.
Right. Reality TV is pretty interesting because sometimes you really don't know if it's reality. But in your case, sometimes it's down to the wire. It's down to the minute. It's actually in real life form.
Sometimes I wish it wasn't real.
I know.
Yeah. But for everything that has happened, something positive has come out of it. And I don't know too many women that could actually sit here and say, I know this is going to sound really weird. I'm not grateful to be a domestic violence a victim, but I'm grateful to be the survivor. So therefore, my curse is my blessing. So I think if I hadn't gone through what I did and lasted and walk and talk and get up and, take care of my son and my life, I wouldn't be able to pay it forward to another woman. So if it was God's way, if that's what God gave me and he'd still let me come out of it, then it's worth it. I know that sounds so strange.
Well, because you do thank God in the very beginning of the book. You said you thank God for making you walk through the fire.
Yeah, in order to teach me how to play with it.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things that have happened to me in my life that we really don't talk. Well, we don't talk about my sexual assault on the show because it's my father doesn't want it discussed.
Sure.
He doesn't want it discussed, period, ever. But what he doesn't understand is I had to own it. I had to be very open and honest with it because that was killing me.
Yeah.
That was making every relationship a lot harder for me.
And I'm glad you did this because, there are so many women that keep that part of their lives in the closet. They don't want it exposed. And I think you don't get closure until you actually face that demon and learn how to get through that moment in life. Am I wrong?
You're 100% right. I think people think that they're going to have closure if they ever face that person again. And it's not about facing the other person because at the end of the day, that person is the sick person.
Right.
You can't take on his sickness. What you have to do is grab hold of yourself and not let his sickness become yours and kill you because it was killing me.
Wow.
And I think in season 4 of the show, there was so much going on when I relapsed from, the fear of my ex-husband coming back, from the fear of somebody touching me, from the smell of the man that attacked. There was so much going on that I don't think people really understood what was breaking me. And trust me, it's not the girls. It's that when you have to deal with a bunch of people who tell the truth, but they tell your truths. They don't tell their truth.
What could you say to those who might be listening to us tonight as a way of encouraging them to make a certain move in a certain direction?
I think if anybody is punishing themselves for something that has happened to them and it's not by their hand, they should really just, even if you're not Catholic, I mean, God has always been a great place. Church has been a place for me to go and just talk out loud.
Sure.
Just go, get on your knees and just talk out loud. Somebody's listening, and you never know who it is, and it just gives such, feels like the weight's gone. You feel so much lighter, even if it's just for the day. But if you do it every day, you're a little bit lighter every day.
You better preach tonight.
Yeah, it's the truth.
How long do you see yourself with the series?
The TV series. Oh, season 5 is coming back to start in July, and I don't know if I am. I'm at a crossroad.
Wow.
I'm at a serious crossroad. It's a matter of if I'm going to subject myself to torture, because it was torture for me. Everybody turned on me, and they'll all try to blame me.
Yeah.
And that's fine and good. If that's what makes them sleep at night, that's okay. But for me, I know the truth.
Yeah.
I know what I went through. I know what was really happening. And I think the girls used the fact that I'm not a tattletale for their advantage, because they know I'm not going to tell the real story of what they're doing and saying.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is I know what they did and said, and they know what they did and said. And if they want to flip it for TV, then flip it.
But you're going to keep it real.
Yeah, I'm keeping it real. I got that's my second book, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Watch out for possible number 3.
Oh, it's already in the.
Really?
Yeah, I'm there.
Woo.
I'm moving. Right now. I have to keep going. That's the only way I'll survive is if I keep going. Because if idle time is the devil's playground. I stay still.
Yeah.
They get a hold of me, and that's it. Everybody wants a piece of somebody that's got something good. I like to give it away, so you don't have to take from me. I'll give.
Wow.
That's the difference. They want to take where they don't have to. I would say, here, you want this? It's yours. Please respect and cherish it. Don't take it.
Look, you gotta love, pun the term, you gotta love her gangster. She's really straight up and right to the point.
And I'm not even tough. That's the funniest part.
Well, you know
I'm
what?
soft that way, but
does toughness always have to be a certain way? No.
Well, you know what? If a lot of people say, well, if you talk that way, you better be able to, act that way. Like my son says all the time, Mom, that girl's that you're like, you can't be like half choking her. You have to do it 100% if you're gonna do it.
Dang.
And I'm like, but he's like, well, if she's gonna fight you, raise hands, punch her back. And I said, oh, punching isn't nice.
No,
he's like, what's wrong with you? So you thought like pulling hair was better, So I think you should be able to back it up. But at the end of the day, I'm not threatening. I don't want to hurt nobody. It's not that. I'm just really saying what's on my mind. If I can get somebody so upset where they want to hit me, damn, I think the truth hurts.
It does. Don't forget, the brand new book is out. It's called Playing with Fire. You definitely need to make this a part of your collection when it comes to literature, for sure. She has definitely delivered to us something that's going to keep you enticed chapter for chapter, chapter for chapter. Trust me when I tell you. Renee Graziano, what a pleasure.
Thank you.
Mob Wires, every Thursday on VH1, baby.